You're watching Iowa High School basketball on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Here inside Northwest Gymnasium, the Wolves Den. We've got a pair of top 10 matchups coming your way. It is the Valley Tigers going up against the Waukee Northwest Wolves. And hello, everyone. Glad to have you with us here on this Tuesday night from Waukee alongside my broadcast partner, the coach, Chris Larson. I'm Hunter Phillips. And Chris, early season for not only one top 10 matchup, but two here tonight. It starts with a great girls matchup as we look at the latest Class 5A rankings. These are two teams that are looking to make a statement here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't beat these early season matchups. As a coach, you really start trying to see who can play well against good teams, right? Not just who can go out and beat maybe some of the other teams. But you want these matchups against the best teams, and you learn a lot about your team.
And so you see Waukee Northwest coming in as the number 4 team in Class 5A. They're on a 3-game win streak. As for the Valley Tigers, on a 2-game losing skid. Already both of these teams have faced some high-quality competition. But, Chris, when you look at the Valley Tigers, they lost a few seniors, notable seniors from last year's team, most notably Elise Yeager. As we look at the student section here, the Wolfpack here in attendance, they're still a really good guard-driven team that's just trying to pick up the pieces here to start this year.
Yeah, and when you have sophomores and juniors leading the way, it's going to take you a little bit of time to figure it out. So I wouldn't look too much into their records. We know there's a lot of talent on this team. It's figuring out how to use all that talent and play together, and I think you're going to see a really good performance by both teams coming out tonight.
And speaking of excellent guard play, when you look at Waukee Northwest, it really all starts with Romy Croat, and she is just an up-and-coming star here in the Des Moines Metro. You see her stats here through the first 4 games, and really coming off an excellent performance against Iowa City West, where she had 22 points and 8 rebounds. So it really all starts with her.
We are seeing some sensational sophomores tonight, right? Both teams' leading scorers are out of that sophomore class, and really excited to see Romy in action tonight. And I think they're all going to play well. I think she's going to be terrific.
Well, on the other side for the Valley Tigers, it is Tylee White, sophomore guard, who is already fielding offers from the likes of Illinois State, St. Thomas, and South Dakota. You see what she's able to do on a nightly basis, but 24-point performance against Southeast Polk, and no doubt once she gets going, it kind of opens things up for the rest of her teammates.
Well, it's kind of fun. These girls have played against each other growing up in AAU. I'm sure they see each other out on that AAU circuit. Little different when your community's out here in the big gym and the loud gym. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Again, it is the first of 2 top 10 matchups. We'll start with the girls and then moving over to the boys as more and more fans are making their way here to Waukee Northwest High School. We'll step aside for a break, and when we come back, we'll continue to get you ready for tip-off here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Yarman Ford Indianola, your certified Ford Model E dealer. All month long, save big on our new 2024 Ford electric vehicles. Lease a new all-electric Ford F-150 Lightning for only $345 per month. Lease the all-electric Mach-E for only $299 per month. Plus, the new Ford Power Promise. Get a home charger with your purchase. Come see our electric vehicle specialist here at Yarman Ford Indianola. DeYarmanFord.com.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Tuesday night hoops here in Waukee. It is Valley and Waukee Northwest on the other side. Beginning with the girls matchup, we'll step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll meet the starters and tip off here at the Wolves Den on CISN.TV.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
It's the Valley Tigers and the Waukee Northwest Wolves here inside of Northwest Gymnasium. Hunter Phillips, Chris Larson, glad to have you with us here for a pair of top 10 showdowns for girls and boys basketball. Starting lineups are being announced here in Waukee High School, Waukee Northwest High School, so we'll turn it down to our public address announcer.
First, please welcome the visitors, the Tigers of West Des Moines Valley High School. A 5'9" junior, number 0, Ashley Brown. A 5'7" junior, number 3, Gary Rose. A 5'9" sophomore, number 4, Bailey Utah. A 5'10" sophomore, number 11, Tylee White. And a 5'10" junior, number 12, Avery Hugh. The head coach of the Tigers is Matt Utah. On your feet, Wolves fans. It's now time to meet the starting lineup for your Northwest Wolves. A 5'9" sophomore, number 14, Leah Janovic. A 5'8" junior, number 22, Maya Village. A 6'1" sophomore, number 24, Logan Boots. A 5'9" sophomore, number 32, Roman Roy. And a 6'1" sophomore,
All right, well, the scene has been set for what's going to be a fun start here to Tuesday Night Hoops in Waukee. Waukee Northwest and Valley here in an early top 10 showdown. The Tigers coming in ranked number 10 in the state, while Waukee Northwest comes in with a ranking of number 4. And Chris, what's always a battle-tested CIML conference, there are no off nights in the CIML.
No, it is definitely a gauntlet on both the girls and boys sides of it. You're going to see some really talented basketball players out here. You know, they play a real modern style of basketball. Going to see a lot of three-pointers. Probably going to come down to who shoots their threes best, and let's keep an eye on who does some little things out there, right? To in a big rivalry game like this, let's keep an eye on that.
Ball is up in the air, and Waukee Northwest wins the tip, and we're underway here at the Wolves' Den. The Wolves with an early record of 3-1.
Nope.
Picked off here early on by Bailey Utoff. Something that, Chris, the Tigers are really going to need to do well tonight in order to stop this high-scoring Wolves attack, get those steals on defense.
Yeah, really, you got to like the possession, right? They made them work the ball a little bit, nothing easy, and then we're able to get in the passing lane.
Tylee White turns it over. So both sides coming up empty on their first trips down the floor.
Like we talked about, a lot of young kids out here, and a little different look. It's going to be a big crowd tonight, with especially with both these big games. So
Danberg from the corner kicks it back out. Three is off by Romy Croat. Tigers on the fast break. White going right up to the glass, cannot get the finish.
Really nice box out there by Bilic, and good rebound.
Valley was minus 14 on the glass in their loss to Southeast Polk, and Waukee Northwest gets the scoring started tonight.
Yeah, really nice left hand there. You know, they're forcing left, and she took it, and nice score.
Januitz coming off a 17-point performance in that dominant victory over Iowa City West. Trying to use glass. Offensive foul here is going to be called against Ashley Brown.
Wasn't the most confident call in the world. It was kind of like, I got to call something. We're going to call a charge. Here we go. I think good call. I feel like the defense established some position there and was in good help. You don't get that in the college game anymore. It's a little difference in the rules.
Bringing it up is Romy Croat. Again, just a sophomore. There are no seniors on the varsity roster for Waukee Northwest. Three ball on the way. Logan Vogt off target.
Really nice. Nice box out that time by Avery Moon. Now she's going to drive.
Gets the door slammed shut by Danberg underneath. Thought maybe they were going to call a held ball, but they let the two sides get at it in the mid-post. Brown going right to the glass, and still nothing there.
Yeah, talked about the X factor. Danberg on the defensive end.
Defense leading to offense right there.
Yeah, excellent dribble penetration and dish, and Danberg's really asserting herself out there. Tallest girl on the floor, and playing well.
What a find by Logan Vogt. Great multi-sport athlete for Waukee Northwest. Prominent member of their runner-up finish in the state volleyball championship. Got a whistle here against the Wolves.
Kind of was interested to see. We got a Western Iowa crew over here to come get this big doubleheader game in for the officiating crew. Some Council Bluffs fellas.
Yeah, getting the mileage in, but also being able to officiate some high-level basketball tonight. Active hands and steal.
Jenowitz with the good steal.
How about the Wolves defense here early on? Knocking it down, Romy Croat, and a timeout's going to be called by Valley. So it's a 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here. And so clearly, from one coach to another here, Chris, Matt Utoff really not liking what he has seen from his team here early on.
No, I think a really good timeout. You're on the road, and again, we talked about this. Environment's different, right? You can tell a lot of really talented girls out here. I will tell you one thing that's a little different, though. I don't care how good of a player is. You start getting in front of a crowd, and the game starts moving a little fast. It felt like the game started moving a little fast. They got that 7-0 start. Really good timeout.
Well, knowing that you don't want to face too large of a deficit here early on, because once Waukee Northwest gets going, they are a dangerous team.
Let's see if they don't come out and run some sort of a set piece to try and get an easy look. But whatever your best set is right now, try and get that goose egg off the board. Little double screen down.
Nearly picked off, but Avery Moon has it. Far side for the Tigers. Ashley Brown playing a bigger role this year for Valley. Utoff got cornered in there in the low post. Another takeaway by Waukee Northwest. Billick. Here's Croat. Has to gather it. Avery Moon.
Right now, Northwest is just playing at a little bit different pace. Tell you what.
Downtown there for Romy Croat. And another timeout burned here by the Tigers as Waukee Northwest is rolling off to a 10-0 start. And Romy Croat showing why, again, she is so good, not only on the defensive end, but also in transition.
Well, I really like, she's kind of controlling the whole game, right? With her ball handling, with her defense. She's a real nose biter out there. And then doesn't hurt when you can knock down a couple threes.
And also spreading the ball around. And it's kind of caught Valley off guard here to start, but really has to be a frustrating start to Valley where they've been trying to penetrate in the paint and just have not been able to get anything going.
Like I said, just the pace seems a little bit one-sided right now. Valley needs to run a nice little set here, get the goose egg off the board. That's one time you get to see that ball go through the hoop and then good things start happening. There we go. Little back screen.
White, a little loose with the dribble, but picks it up.
They were trying to isolate White there to get her a good drive, but Northwest did a nice job helping. You can see them really stacking the paint. There it is again.
The Wolves just all over the Tigers here through the first half of this opening quarter. Croat, second chance opportunity. And there's another three ball. Janowitz.
Yeah, Romy Croat is doing a little bit of everything. She's rebounding, she's assisting. Here's another rebound for her.
That was Jenna Fuller, one of the first players for the Tigers off the bench, and almost 5 minutes into this ball game, and Valley still looking for their first points while Waukee Northwest has drained 3 threes in a row, trying to make it 4 in a row. How about Croat getting the offensive rebound?
Man. Travel.
Janowitz carried the ball, so Valley hoping to get some points off this turnover.
One thing, let's keep an eye on that. Northwest is doing just a phenomenal job right now. Every time that White catches the ball, there are 10 eyes on her, and they're really clogging up that paint. They've tried to run a couple things to get her a driving lane, but the help defense has just been too good and really complement Northwest defense right now. There we go.
Ashley Brown, nifty footwork, being able to Euro step past her defender and gets the lay-in. The first points for the Tigers tonight. Dominant start here for Waukee Northwest.
Let's see if they can't get a score, a stop, and then go back to the other end. Not this time.
That was all set up by Kennedy Princehouse, and it's easy to get those finishes once you're able to put that one in the right spot there in the post, and Tylee White gets right back with a three, her first basket of the night. 10-point lead here for Waukee Northwest with 2 to go in the first quarter.
Both teams running just 5-out offense. You're going to see that in most every gym you go to anymore. Good steal by White.
White again coming off a great performance at Southeast Polk. Feeling it. Three is left short. Get a foul there after the play.
Box out and rebound. I don't mind that. You know, you got your leading scorer, just hit one. It was good rhythm in transition. We talked about it. It's going to be hard to run a lot for her because you know that's the focus of Coach Powell's defense as well.
When you talk about some great experience on the sidelines for Waukee Northwest and Sam Powell, second season at Waukee Northwest, but as we all are well aware,
that pass right there.
His head coach at East won a state title, and he knows how to draw things up. Feels like he has a really deep team this year. Corner three, you bet.
Well, he has got these girls sharing the basketball. Choate really got that offense going, though, by a full court pass that really put Valley on the defensive. Nice job. I like the way they moved the ball. Good D.
Floated out there for Utah. That was the fifth made three for McKeon. Prince House saves it. Again, just the pace, Chris. It's favoring Waukee Northwest. Prince House catch and shoot three. Croat off the glass.
She is really an impressive player. You know, she's kind of just dominating the game in every aspect right now, including the defensive end.
She has single-handedly outscored Valley here in this first quarter. She's got 8 points.
You know she's got 4 or 5 rebounds to go along with that, too.
Everything's been tough for the Tigers here in the opening quarter, and just some frustration there from Ashley Brown.
Well, you know, you don't ever know on these early season matchups for sure what you're going to get, and it really looks like a Northwest team that is hitting their groove right now. You know, we talked about their loss, and it looks like some of these young girls are really starting to figure it out. A really impressive quarter. Let's see if they hold for one here to finish off this first quarter.
Romy Croat brings it up.
Yep, good job.
Carrie Rose there defensively, fade away. Can't get the touch.
Would have liked to see her. Yeah, that's a bit of a mistake there. That ended the perfect quarter.
Last second layup. Just crawls off the iron and out, and that'll put a close to our opening quarter here at Waukee Northwest, where the Wolves lead the Tigers 20-7 here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
The Chevy Red Tag event is going on now here at DeArmond Chevy GMC in Knoxville, Iowa. New Silverado 1500 Crew Cab with 1.9% for 60 months, plus up to $87.50 off MSRP. New Chevy and GMC HDs with 5.9% for 84 months. Get a new 2025 Trailblazer starting at $339 per month. And new Chevy and GMC electric vehicles with special rates. All at DeArmond Chevy GMC in Knoxville, Iowa.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Blistering start for Waukee Northwest, up 20-6, 20-7. Here as we go into the second quarter, Hunter Phillips and Chris Larson here with you. And Chris, obviously very impressive stuff for Waukee Northwest, not only offensively, but held Valley scoreless for the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, just super job. They came out with a little trap here to start the second quarter. Look, and they're just moving at a really quick pace tonight.
Boy, just closed in on that corner three. It was blocked, and just like that, the Wolves had it there briefly. Valley creating a turnover, and they will get another crack at it here on the other side of the floor.
You know, one of the things to really notice is their defensive intensity is really, you know, kind of leading to good offense for them. You know, you have a turnover, but they just hop right back in on the defensive side, and they're trying to get their traps going.
Good look. There for Rose underneath. Not many offensive rebound opportunities for Valley there in that first quarter. Had a good look, but can't get it to fall.
Both Danberg and Vogt did a really nice job boxing out there to get that rebound. Look at that action. Really good stuff. Little block-to-block screen. Really nice execution by Northwest.
Well, and Chris, that's where you miss a player like Elise Yeager. That post presence just not there for Valley. Fuller, no look. Rose up top for three. Short.
Ooh.
Valley just hoping these second, third chance opportunities can pay off, and that will send Carrie Rose, the junior guard, to the free throw line for the first time here tonight. Again, very fast-paced first quarter. This is the first trip to the line for either team.
Yep. Nice job by Carrie. She kind of put her head down and was really physical in that drive. Couldn't make the first free throw, though.
Number 12, Sadie McCann returns for the Wolves.
Rose, another talented multi-sport athlete.
Good softball player, right?
It's going to play at Drake.
Yep.
For Lindsay Dial.
Daughter of the Valley Athletic Director, correct? Am I correct on that?
That's right. Mr. Rose is in the building.
I think they're going to do a nice little honor of him tonight, if I heard this correctly. So that'll be fun.
Just a lot of familiarity.
Right.
Even though Waukee Northwest is still very much a new school. Roots go way back. Here's the Tigers. Much better start to the quarter. Addison Adams in and out.
Oh.
Jenna Fuller almost got the strip and then kept it in play, but just had a foot out of bounds.
Might have got away with the foul, so it's kind of nice. I think it ended up being correct that Northwest kept the basketball. Got a timeout for Northwest.
Sam Powell calls a 30-second timeout, so we will go ahead and keep it here. 22-8. Waukee Northwest over Valley. And, Chris, for Waukee Northwest, they're just trying to take advantage of being here at home because they haven't been at home very often. In fact, when you look at the next three games, they're at Johnston. That'll be obviously one of the matchups to watch against the defending state champions. They're going to be at Crosstown Waukee and then at Southeast Polk. So trying to take advantage of what's been a rare home court advantage to start the year.
They have this beautiful facility. You got to play some games in it, right? Let's see what they run out of the timeout. They had a chance to talk about it. A little bit of a unique setup here. Look, they got all four girls on the opposite side block. You're going to see some cutting action, obviously. A little screen. Nothing. Pretty simple.
Intended for Danberg. Janulitz had 5 points there in the opening quarter.
Block screen again.
Brown making things difficult for Croat, their far side.
I like that out of Brown. Ooh, that might have been a travel.
Good protection off the screen. Croat back out to the perimeter. Contested three. Nothing but net for Vanna Billick.
Well, we talked about that both teams are going to shoot the three, and right now Northwest is getting more shots in rhythm, I would say.
And Billich can make things happen in rhythm. Had 3 threes against Iowa City West in the last matchup. Tylee White brings the Tigers into double figures. Still a comfortable lead here for Waukee Northwest.
One thing I was going to say last possession, I'd like to see Valley. They're in a 2-3 zone now, but I'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on ball, right? It feels like Northwest is pretty comfortable in everything they're doing right now.
They've had an awfully efficient night, coming off a game in which they shot 57% from the floor. Rose can't get that one to fall.
There you go.
Brown hits it out of play.
Yeah, I think I don't know if anyone's going to help him, but they're going to give Valley the ball on that. I thought even Brown was heading the other way. I think if it was a little tightly contested, that might have drawn the ire of the players and coaches a little more.
But they'll go ahead and let it slide.
That's right. In about an hour, they might not get away with a call like that quite as easy.
Brown trying to create separation.
Ooh.
Dangerous ball, but White is there. Fakes the handoff.
See the on-ball intensity, the difference right there with Northwest. They're really harassing the dribblers a little bit more.
And forcing Valley into really low percentage shots on the other side.
Absolutely. So even in this 2-3 zone, the ball pressure has got to get a little better. There you go.
Danberg, the hook shot wasn't there. McCann with an extra opportunity. Brown, up and under. Get a tough one there on that reversal.
We talked about the height advantage there.
Croat for three. Off the mark.
White may have got away with a little push-off on that, but whatever it takes to get the rebound.
Moon backs it out. Danberg closes in on Rose and swats away the three ball. Waukee Northwest student section showing some appreciation for the sophomore forward, Cassidy Danberg.
I tell you what, these young girls are really impressive to watch. Though over the next couple years, this is definitely going to be a team that will be competing for a state title.
Good drive and finish there for Bailey, Utah. First points tonight. Daughter of head coach Matt Utah. Approaching 3 to play here in the first half.
It slowed down Northwest a little bit.
That had to be an emphasis at the break following the first quarter, just slowing them down. Croat off the high ball screen. Three's not there.
Just the ball movement hasn't been quite as crisp against the 2-3 zone as it was against the man-to-man. They got White on the travel that time.
So Danberg, after a quick spell on the bench, she is back in. Romy Croat, one of 7 sophomores for Waukee Northwest, so get used to seeing this group out there for the next few years.
Okay, now that's a little better ball movement.
Croat wasn't going to be denied. Up top, knocks down another 3, and she's got 13 points for the Wolves tonight.
You move the ball, you get good ball movement, and the ball just tends to find the way through the hoop.
3 threes for the sophomore. Again, she has outscored Valley here up to this point.
And she's everywhere on defense as well.
I think that's what's definitely getting the attention of many college coaches is not only her scoring ability, but the way that she can facilitate, but defensively, rebounding the basketball, kind of has the complete package.
I think she's a gamer, right? You can just tell. You know, I have not watched her as much, but you can just tell by watching one quarter. She is involved in almost every play, and she makes that a point of emphasis.
3 is not there for Olivia Adams.
Another rebound for Croat. And a good-looking pass.
Danberg got knocked out of bounds. Will stay with Waukee Northwest, but Cassidy Danberg just occupies so much attention there in the post.
Yep, and another really good entry pass. You know, sounding like a broken record, but Croat's really just doing a little bit of everything. Oh, good deep.
Picked off by Brown, 1-on-1, and they get Waukee Northwest for the foul in transition.
Tell you what, really good call. I agree with the call, but also really good defense right there. You know, I think both things can be true. McCann got back there. She's a freshman, but she got back there, squared herself, and really did a nice job of giving herself a chance to at least make the ref think about making that charge call.
So it was a non-shooting foul. Another tough play underneath. It's going to stay with Valley.
They're really letting them play out there, which, I can appreciate. I think Sam Powell's saying right now, though, like, hey, we gotta make a few of these calls here, though. Oh, had it on the slip.
Valley trailed 20-7 after the first quarter. Just trying to claw their way back into this one. Fuller. Lob underneath. Stays with Valley. But again, time is chipping away, but nothing to show for it here for the Tigers.
Yeah, I think you can. What we're seeing in the first half is just a game that's being dominated by a defensive intensity, right? Like the Northwest has just done such a good job. Every pass is hard there. You might see another steal.
Romy Croat almost got the hoop with the harm.
Right on cue, right? Like nothing's easy. The inbounds pass there, it's contested. It leads to a fast break. Really nice job by the Wolves in terms of their defensive efficiency.
So Romy Croat at the line. First free throws for Northwest tonight. Makes the first.
Only been to the free throw line 4 times this year. That kind of surprised me. I was going to look at that stat because I thought maybe she'd have been there a few more. I bet you by the end of the year, she'll figure out a way to work that into her game.
She'll rack up the trips to the charity stripe. That's all said and done. And now here's a press put on by Waukee Northwest. Uthoff was in trouble, and Coach Uthoff sensed it. Calls a timeout here with just over a minute remaining.
As any good dad does, right? Good dad, good coach. Needed a little help there. They were going to be up against the 10-second clock if they didn't call the timeout, so good use of a timeout.
We'll take a quick break as well. It's been all Wolves in the opening half here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you have an old inefficient wood fireplace, we need to talk. Heat & Glow has some great retrofit inserts to convert that old drafty wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace. A Heat & Glow gas insert will give you high efficiency, it will give you ease of operations, and it will give you enough warmth to take the edge off a cold winter's night. For the best in gas inserts, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
Just over a minute remains until the intermission here at Waukee Northwest High School. From the jump, it has been all Wolves over the Tigers. It's been the efficiency on offense, but it's been the defense that has led to some good looks offensively for the Wolves. Tigers desperately need to get some positive things going their way before going into the locker room, and that is not going to help.
Yeah, you can do this to a team, and it almost looks like they've taken their will. Like they're just like, I don't even want the ball in my hands, and it can happen. They're just really taking it to them on the defensive end.
Just so disruptive tonight. Romy Croat with 15 points. Using contact, circles out. White started with some hesitation, but comes up empty.
There you go. Really nice job. I would compliment Ashley Brown. I think she's had a really nice first half. Been a lot of loose balls and really been playing hard.
Here's McCann. Made a 3 in the first quarter, not there.
A little quick again on that shot clock. That might be one coaching point they can take into next game.
Uthoff, step back 3 at the buzzer will not fall. And at the end of one half of basketball here at Waukee Northwest High School, it is the home team, the Waukee Northwest Wolves, on top of the Valley Tigers, 32-14. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll recap all the action from the first half with our halftime report here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We have reached halftime here inside of Waukee Northwest High School, where the Wolves of Waukee Northwest lead the Valley Tigers by a score of 32-14. Back here at the Wolves Den alongside Chris Larson, I'm Hunter Phillips. And Chris, it just sounds like a broken record, but really the Wolves dominated on both ends of the floor and really set the tone defensively. The pace was just a little bit higher than that of Valley, and boy, this Waukee Northwest team, awfully impressive to start.
Yeah, you know, we talked, there was a lot of young girls in both these teams, but we call them the sensational sophomores of Waukee Northwest. Really, you could see some of the confidence starting to come out. Once they got off to that hot start, they're getting used to the speed of varsity basketball. We know they're really talented, but man, I think that was a bit of a coming out party for them. I was sure impressed.
Well, and spreading the ball out, I believe at least 3, if not 4 different players knocked down a 3 in the first quarter alone. But then you factored that in with what they were able to do on the rebounding side of things, and that was certainly an area that even going into the year for Valley that they were really going to have to compete hard in order to be able to win that battle. They were, again, minus 14 in their most recent affair against Southeast Polk, but really Waukee Northwest, offensive and defensive rebounds, they've clearly had the upper hand.
You know, and I'm going to just bring up a point that I think is a really interesting point in Iowa high school basketball, and that is a lot of the 4-5 type of girls, the big, tall girls, are playing a lot of volleyball. And it's hard to find that 6'1 girl. And if you have one, it's a gem, but it makes rebounding a struggle for almost every team. And right now, obviously, Valley is a little bit undersized, and they're going to have to learn as the year goes along. But it's a lot harder to do if you're not as tall. That's just the facts.
Yeah, and Waukee Northwest just has the depth really in that area, and Cassidy Danberg. But Romy Crote, she's getting it done on the glass, and she is just a jack of all trades where she can score, facilitate, defend at a high level, and just a sophomore, Chris.
Yeah, like I told you, I couldn't be more impressed with her. just in terms of her overall game, right? You noticed her on the defensive end. You noticed her scoring, but more importantly, you were noticing her setting up her teammates and just having a really good feel. Minus me being really nitpicky with a sophomore and a little too quick at the end of quarters, it was a really almost a perfect half by that sophomore.
And so Romy Croat and several Wolves, the reason why they are comfortably ahead here at half. 32-14, they lead Valley in the first game of our doubleheader here tonight. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue to get you ready for the second half, which will come your way here in just a few minutes on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Save big this month on all new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams at DeYarmouth CDJR Ames. New Jeep Wagoneers with up to $13,000 off MSRP. Or get up to $16,000 off MSRP if you currently own a Ford. Brand new 2024 Ram 2500 Crew Cab 4x4 starting at only $42,990. And over 20% off on new Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4s. That's right, over 20% off. Save big here at the all-new DeYarmouth CDJR Ames.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
At the half, here at Waukee Northwest High School, 32-14. Waukee Northwest on top of Valley. Both teams have come out of the locker room after their halftime messages and are getting ready for the latter two quarters. And so, Chris, we'll start with Valley. Clearly a frustrating first half in multiple aspects. Again, what the height differential certainly going to put even more pressure on them when they're playing offense. But what are some of the adjustments you think Coach Uthoff wanted to focus in on?
Well, I think we talked about it. You know, if I'm in that locker room right now, you're down 18, but this is in December, right? Like, so you're just looking at getting better. One of the things I'd like to see on the defensive end is ball pressure. Be a little more, make some plays on the defensive end. Do what Northwest is doing to you. Let your defense create some offense for you, because that loosens up the offense when you get maybe a few runouts and some transition points. On offense, I think they're fine. They just got to keep their spacing and keep attacking. But I really think the number one thing you can do to help your offense is play a little bit more aggressively on the defensive end.
And as for Waukee Northwest, have to be feeling pretty good about the way that they started this game. So how do they just, I guess, keep up the pressure here on Valley here in the second half?
Well, I think, you know, if you're Northwest, you want to come out and challenge your girls and say, hey, these first 4 minutes, it's 0-0. And I want to be up 20-25 by the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. And again, it's December. Whether you're winning or losing, you want to take it one possession at a time and be like, hey, just because we have an 18-point lead does not mean we're giving in. We're trying to get better tonight.
Certainly is a long road ahead A handful of weeks into the high school basketball season, so just trying to get things sharpened before you flip the calendar into 2025 and venture into the latter months of the season.
Here we go, a little set play right off the, going to look for a lob, and there it is. And one.
Finishing a foul for Logan Vogt. First points tonight for Vogt, who really didn't get many touches there in the first half, which just speaks again to the depth of this Waukee Northwest team.
Well, really nice action. You could tell they were going to get into a set play. They overloaded the left side and then set a back screen for Vogt. Was able to get it and misses the free throw, but anytime you can start the half with a three-point opportunity, you got to love it.
So here come the Tigers' first possession of the second half. White had 7 points to lead all scorers for Valley.
You can really see how the defense by Northwest is closing driving lanes, though. They have really nice gap integrity, and it's leading to a lot of turnovers.
Picking the pocket of the Tigers once again and fouled in transition is Januwitz.
Really nice job, and so yeah, they're doing a good job on the ball, but if you keep an eye on it, their help defenders are right in those gaps, and so that there's no driving lanes, and then that really allows them to put good ball pressure on the ball, and it's led to a lot of turnovers and honestly fast break points that they're taking advantage of right now with these free throws.
Again, not many free throws were attempted by either side in the first half. Maybe that's one area that Waukee Northwest will want to clean up is their free throw shooting, just at 64% as a team. But it always helps when you get the rebound off the miss.
Good cut by Danberg. It's 3 fouls early, to start this third quarter with the new rules that came into play with the going more to the college women's game, right, with the fouls.
That's 2 fouls on Brown. Floater in the lane. Off target by Billich. Had 2 threes for the Wolves there in the first half. Brown catches up to it. Bearing her way into the lane. And now the offhand, Tylee White taking it up for 2.
Really nice strong take. Kind of like that finish on the left-hand side, kind of went underneath the hoop with her right hand.
Back to work are the Wolves, who have led since the very beginning. Had a 20-point first quarter and not looked back. Craftiness there going in by Billich and comes up empty once again. Here come the Tigers. White. No, underneath.
Back and forth we go.
Wolves come up with a transition look. Back iron, but there's another offensive rebound hauled in. Here's a deep 2 by Danberg. So Valley fends off Waukee Northwest that time around.
This is where Valley's having trouble. When they get 5-on-5, it's really doing a good cut. There we go.
Good set there, Avery Moon. He's got that teardrop to work a couple times tonight.
Yeah. And really another nice pass by Ashley Brown. We talked about Ashley a couple times tonight, and she's done a nice job with her overall game.
Brown came into the night averaging 10 points a game and only 2 assists, but here's Romy Croat.
Might have got hit in the nose there, it looks like, and was able to knock it down. She's got a little smile.
Near corner. Trey isn't there. Moon with the rebound. Rose connects.
Good job by Valley. I think Coach Powell's going to call timeout and get on his team about their effort on the rebounds there, and Valley came out fighting. I like it.
So a spirited effort by the Tigers. A timeout called by Waukee Northwest. We'll step aside as well on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. a place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
So a timeout on the floor called by the home squad, Waukee Northwest, as the Valley Tigers have been chipping away at the lead just with some strong effort on both sides of the floor, and that's certainly what you want to see again here early on in the season, just kind of the early character makeup of your team if you're the Valley Tigers.
Yeah, and like we said, it's still early, right? And so this isn't so much about the scoreboard or anything else. It's just about, are we getting better? And right now you got to be happy with your response, how Valley's come out after half.
Valley scored 7 points in the first quarter, and in the second quarter they've already got 7 here to start this third frame.
But we talked about this. They're playing a little harder, right? They're playing a little more confidence, and the ball kind of finds its way through the hoop when you're doing that. Defense, nice. Good hedge.
Logan Vogt being swarmed. Here's Romy Croat. Time winding down on the shot clock. Gives it up. Deep three. Isn't there, but here's a rebound by Vogt, who's had an active start to the third quarter. She'll head back to the line.
Got a little fortunate that just kind of grazed off the rim, didn't they? And it would have been a shot clock violation. But I like to see it. I thought that was the best defensive possession Valley has had all night. And, again, those little things are things you can build off of as the year goes along.
Yeah, forcing some really tough threes. And Logan Vogt at the free throw line. Of course, basketball ties in her family. Uncle is Darren DeVries, who West Virginia Mountaineers are playing tonight.
Cousin's not too bad of a player either.
No, he's doing all right, although he sidelined with a little bit of an injury, not playing tonight, but the DeVries family doing very well. And the Votes also part of that star-studded family.
job.
How about Valley coming right back with an Addison Adams three?
What do you think? Their pace is just a little bit better this half, don't you think, Hunter?
Much better flow and rhythm. Waukee Northwest really eliminated that in the first half.
No, but I like it. I feel like they're moving their feet a little bit better on the defensive end, getting a couple more stops.
Vogt. Good defense underneath by Ashley Brown, and we'll get a bump here on Romy Croat.
It's kind of interesting because we talked about the fouls, but I could argue they're playing a little more physically, and it's actually helping them because they're not going to call every foul, and you got to make sure you got to resist on defense as well.
First team foul on Waukee Northwest. Jenna Fuller got doubled, and she's going to be a player, of course, to keep an eye on. You can't have Valley girls basketball without a Fuller sister on the court, the youngest of the 4 Fuller girls in the family.
She's kind of grown up with a basketball in her hand, I'm guessing.
Softball, volleyball, you name it.
Yeah, with a ball of some sort. And
off glass. Good work there by Sadie McCann.
Yep.
But then how about Romy Croat with the flex to go with it. Just when Valley was able to build some things positively, then Waukee Northwest getting back at it here with a trap.
Jump ball. Possession arrow to Valley. Kind of fun, though. You look at, like, right there we had Fuller and McCann involved in a couple back-to-back plays. This is the fun thing about high school sports, right? Like these two freshmen out there, and they're going to be running the show here over the next, give them a couple years, let them get their feet wet, and they're going to be really fantastic players.
So Valley trying to build something here after bringing the lead down to 15. High off the window. Not there for White. He's got 9 points. Romy Croat with 19 points. Had 15 in the first half.
Such a solid 19, too. 19 without really like doing a lot of other things to help her team that sometimes you're scoring 19 points in 3 quarters and it just feels like you're not forcing, but you're just having to do everything. She's really not. It's a comfortable 19.
It just shows again the balance for Waukee Northwest as a team, and no doubt flirting with a double-double here tonight. Corner 3, knocks it down.
Tell you what, she's fantastic. She's got moxie out there too, doesn't she?
Just an absolute gamer, like you said in the first half. Another steal here by Waukee Northwest.
Look at that.
Pulling away.
Look at that. Speaking of freshmen.
Seemed like that timeout by Sam Powell really ignited this team. Their largest lead, 24 points.
Good cut. Good cut. Good find by Rose on that. I noticed one thing that I obviously with Croat, we've complimented her a lot, but right there, she's got 22 points, and the freshman's going, and she's like pointing to her where to drive the basketball, not trying to beg for the ball, but actually just helping her with the spacing a little bit. That was fantastic on the fast break.
Already some high basketball IQ.
Oh, absolutely.
Logan Votes made a routine out of making trips to the free throw line here in this third quarter. And that's just it, Chris. I mean, you have Romy Croat, who's going to gain a lot of headlines, and rightfully so, but you have a player like Logan Vote, who averages double figures in scoring, didn't score in the first half, and then she can just come in and really spark something in a third quarter like we're seeing here now.
Well, she's got great length. Danberg's got great length. So, and then you got a couple of these other young girls who are really shooting it well. McCann's kind of showed off some of her skills. It's impressive to watch. This is going to be a hot team to watch for the next several years. I like the way they all play, too. They're really defensive-oriented, and that's kind of a typical of a Coach Powell-led team. He really emphasizes playing hard on the defensive end, playing full court, and you can tell he's really got them buying in.
Some of those teams in the mid-2000s for the East Scarlets, one thing they definitely did was play some tough defense, won a lot of games. Rose. Again, just getting that initial tip on the ball, initiating that was Billich. We'll stay here with Valley with just under a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Reminder that the boys matchup, highly anticipated one, will be coming up shortly after this game is finished. Deep 3 by Rose.
Not this time. Good rebound.
Moon. That was Danberg that contested it.
I really like the answer, though, by Valley this quarter. I feel like it's been a way more competitive quarter for them. Not necessarily that the scoreboard's gotten that much closer, but just their competition level has been a lot higher.
Certainly one of the building blocks you want to see.
Yep.
Danberg underneath. Count it, and one for the sophomore.
It's one of the beauties, right? Like, you're going to watch in the boys' game, and they're going to do some too small. The girls' game, they just kind of, she smiled, and she's like, yeah, that was a good move. I liked it. And that was an enjoyable thing to watch. Look at the McCann in there again. She's feisty.
Leads to a 3. Shots are falling from all over the court for the Wolves. Fana Bilic.
She has a really good-looking stroke, too, doesn't she? She's going to kind of be that person who can... Woo!
Waukee Northwest, awfully impressive through 3 quarters of play. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after these messages on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Free Godfather's Pizza. begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
3 quarters down, 1 more to go, and what has been an absolute dominant night for the 4th-ranked Waukee Northwest Wolves, up 54-26 going into the 4th quarter. Chris Larson, Hunter Phillips here with you. And Chris, how about Waukee Northwest putting up 24 points there in that 3rd quarter to really just distance themselves from the Tigers?
It's impressive. They came out here with an aggressive 2-3 zone. Let's see how Valley handles that. And there's that runner again.
Avery Moon, all of her baskets have come in that fashion tonight.
Mm-hmm.
She's got 6 points. Up and under, off the glass, Billich.
Tell you what, that's what's been impressive. They've all kind of been taking their turns, right? Like they're showing off a lot of talent tonight.
Just coming in waves.
Yeah.
And for Billich, not only draining now, she has 3 threes, but also working well there on the drive.
It's McCann, it's Janowicz.
You almost forget about her as well in the midst of all the great performances tonight. She's got 8 points.
I was going to say, Billich is the old one of the crew. She's the junior out there. She's the old hat. There's a steal.
And there that was Romy Crode, who's had a big night, 22 points. Vogt, left-handed layup, not there.
I do like how they share the basketball. You know, it's been very noticeable that they believe in each other and they're very unselfish.
Rose, deep look and drains it. 2 threes for Carrie Rose tonight. And we're going to get a timeout here by Waukee Northwest as we're just about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. We'll take a break as well. 58-31, Wolves on top of the Tigers on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Timeout on the floor called by Waukee Northwest. Firmly ahead 58-31 over the Valley Tigers. Waukee Northwest came in rolling, had won their last 3 games. Meanwhile, for Valley, opened up the season with a win against Waukee, then dropped a matchup against Ankeny, and then most recently against Southeast Polk. And the road is not going to get any easier for Valley. Later on in the week, they will meet up with Dowling Catholic, one of the top teams in Class 5A, and with one of the best players in Ava Zedeker.
She's all right, isn't she?
Going to play at Creighton.
Mm-hmm.
That's another team that, kind of like Waukee Northwest, a lot of volleyball players on that Dowling side. The Moeller sisters. Ellie was a standout player for the Dowling team that made it to the state tournament.
Just love seeing the multi-sport girls, and I told you I ranted a little bit about it, but it's fun to see, and I think you improve for whatever sport you end up wanting to focus on. Oh, good job.
First time we have seen Victoria Burpo in the game.
Nice job on the board. She got right after it. She's a freshman. Big girl, tall.
Burpo had appeared in 3 of the first 4 games for Waukee Northwest, and
nice soft touch on the free throw.
She is 5 for 5 from the line. Don't want to pull the broadcaster jinx. I already did, so.
Yeah, too late.
Apologies for Victoria.
Yep. Honestly, she shouldn't even have to count that against her on the stats. There's no way she was making it.
I would think so. Just erase it. Well, what's been the theme all night? Waukee Northwest picking up rebounds and getting second chance points.
McCann has really been impressive in the second half.
See Dylan Peterson out there, one of the veterans, a junior. This is also a real good opportunity for Waukee Northwest, where the deeper the bench goes, they're going to get ample playing time here down the stretch as the Tigers are continuing to fight here with just over 5 minutes remaining.
Oh, he kind of makes me smile. Rose and Peterson were kind of going at it there one-on-one, and I kind of were isolated, and I take a look, and yep, they're both juniors. They've probably grown up playing a few sports against each other, is my guess. You just had that look. There's sibling rivalries, but then there's also these age-level rivalries now in the new age youth sports that you can kind of almost tell when they kind of know each other, and it's like, I'm not letting you get the best of me here in this one.
Jenna Fuller back in the game for Valley. Wolves reserves getting in on the action here late. There is Burpo with the rebound and put back.
She's having a nice little run, isn't she? A couple offensive rebounds.
Fuller.
Good cut.
Trying to get her first points of the ball game.
Moves well, though.
Kennedy Princehouse, 3-ball. Mad dash for the loose ball, and Burpo is there to pick it up, but throws it in a congested lane, and Tylee White picks it up. Ashley Brown.
There you go.
Well, it just has been scrappy all game long.
Yeah, she's earned that one. I think that might be her first bucket of the night, but she's done a lot of other good things. A lot of scrappy hustle point type of effort stuff. Glad to see her get a bucket.
Brown, I believe, had 17 points in the season opener against Waukee. So again, she'll be a bigger focal point moving forward.
Good player. I'm telling you, some of it is Northwest defense.
Jenna Fuller, 3 Wolves surround her and waits for a couple of her teammates to come back. White.
Nice.
Hits the 3. She's got 14 tonight for Valley, their leading scorer.
Whoa. Thought about it. Hey, there you go.
Dylan Peterson says, well, I'm not so sure about the 3, but I'll go here in the short corner.
Metrics would say not to do that, but it worked.
Boy, just the amount of players who have scored tonight for Waukee Northwest.
Crazy, huh?
A loaded box score at the end of the night.
Uh-oh. Kind of see that coming.
Liv Brown. Underneath.
Tell you what.
Princehouse had that real good low post entry feed in the first half. She just has a knack for those touch plays.
Yeah. Like, they have skill all over the place. That was a really nice move.
Well, Chris, like we said for Waukee Northwest, their next home game is going to be in 2025 in the first week of January. But their next test is top-ranked Johnston.
They're going to find out a little something about themselves, aren't they?
That'll be must-see TV.
Tell you what, though, one thing I will tell you, Hunter, it's going to be interesting because when you have the young girls, right, playing against the more established team, the multi 2 or 3 state titles in a row, like they go in for the three-peat, I think, is that right? So It'll be interesting, though, because, you know, you're kind of playing with house money if you're the young girls, the young talented team, right? So especially maybe that second time when they're here at home, that'll be a really interesting game to see.
Of course, the Dragons are headlined by Jenica Lewis, one of the best players in the country. Hook shot a little short there for Chloe Moan.
Uh-oh. I don't want to see anyone get hurt at this point.
Moon mid-post.
Good pass.
Good vision. Utah can't connect.
Kind of a little bit of a hang with him for Coach Utah and his squad here tonight, too. Like, they're going to have to take some growing pains, but you know he'll keep getting them better and better each night. And it's just hard when your conference has, you know, a lot of the best teams in the state. It's just going to be a challenge every night.
So timeout here by Waukee Northwest. Be a 2-minute timeout. So again, previewing the game that we have coming up next, two undefeated teams. Obviously, this is just the second week of the Iowa High School boys season, but you have West Des Moines Valley, the two-time defending state champs in Class 4A, but a team that I think is really maybe not flying under the radar necessarily, but have some new names hit Waukee Northwest. That Wolves team looks really, really good from the first sample size that we've gotten, so that'll be a matchup to get the popcorn out and see.
Talking to Coach Windhorst here before we went on air, and he's like, Chris, they're really, really good. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Two really good coaches, two good friends, and I'm really looking forward. They're going to both compete their tails off tonight, I know that. And the great thing about these early season games doesn't mean all that much, right? It's going to tell the coach a lot about what he has, but winning and losing isn't going to be that big of a deal, but it's going to be fun to watch him compete.
Definite star power will be on display. Fuller knocks down the three. First career three for Jenna Fuller. So she gets into the scorebook. Player for Waukee Northwest. Liv Brown just lost her footing there. And that's where you kind of hold your breath a little bit if you're a coach or a supporter, because like you said, in this juncture of the game, you don't want to see anyone get hurt.
So you definitely don't want to see an injury at this point.
So Valley, they will move to 1-3. Here's a three, speaking of, for number 3. That's just a tad off.
Threes are wild.
Carrie Rose has made a couple threes tonight.
Played well.
Meanwhile, for Waukee Northwest, they will go to 4-1. Fuller knocking it away from behind. Tie-up will go with the Tigers. But it will be interesting to see, a lot of these matchups in this early portion, as you know very well. Just it's amazing to see how different a team approaches the game and just how it's going to be played the second time around deeper in the season.
It's a lot of learning taking place here early. And, as a coach, honestly, winning's great before Christmas, but losing's just as good because you learn as much and you grow as much. And I think any coach would tell you that especially in the conference these guys play in, and both sides, girls and boys, you're probably going to lose some games, probably. And your goal is just to make sure you learn from them. So it makes it for fun basketball. A little different than the football mentality, right, where you feel like every game you can't lose. It's just a different mindset.
Yeah, just seldom do you see teams run the table like a Johnston on the girls' side.
Yeah.
Night in and night out is just tough. And even some of the Jamboree tournaments, either here in central Iowa or out east, you're facing good competition. All to prepare you for February and into March.
And that's the goal, right? To be battle tested and you learn and you're learning individually to be able to play. Nice job. What are we going to call? Give her a charge. Yeah. Give him a charge.
Well, and if there's one thing that Jenna Fuller's not shy about is contact.
Yeah. Nice job by Peterson, though, standing in there, in a 30-point, 20-point game to be willing to take a charge. So tells your coach that, you're gonna be hard-nosed, and I like to see it.
So two of her sisters are in attendance tonight, Whitney and Shay. Whitney was the one that got it started for Valley. Shay won a state title with the Tigers. Hannah did as well. Going 1 for 2 was Fuller. Rose. Loose ball. Picked up there in the corner here in the final seconds of what just an absolute dominant performance by Waukee Northwest. From start to finish, from the jump, the Wolves are going to howl to a convincing victory here tonight as they defeat the Valley Tigers 67-45 to put a cap on game 1 of our double header, which again, the boys game will be coming up here in about 10-15 minutes or so. So keep it locked in here to the Central Iowa Sports Network. We'll step aside for a break, and when we come back, Chris Larson and myself will have game 2 for you here at the Wolves Den on CISN.TV. You're watching Iowa High School basketball on the Central Iowa Sports Network. We have arrived to a highly anticipated crosstown showdown on the boys' side. Waukee Northwest and West Des Moines Valley here on CISN.TV from the Wolves Den, alongside my broadcast partner Chris Larson. I'm Hunter Phillips, and tell you what, Chris, the stars are out. There are so many coaches that are watching some of the most talented players here in the state of Iowa that'll be competing here in just a few minutes.
We got some stars on the hardwood. We got some stars up here in the crowd. A lot of big-time players and big-time coaches in the house. It's as good as you get in Central Iowa boys basketball right now.
And you see that they are atop the Des Moines Register's Boys Super 10 rankings. And as we look at our players to watch, there are several for Waukee Northwest, 2-0 start for the Wolves. But Bodie Goodman coming in from Southeast Polk, he has really ignited a little bit of something for the backcourt for Waukee Northwest.
It's going to kind of be interesting tonight, right? With their first major challenge, right? You know, played a couple good teams, but obviously the two-time defending state champ has a little different ring to it. And you have these two new guards that are coming in, and both kind of from different distances and for different reasons. But it'll be interesting to see in that first high-level competition with a big crowd how their game translates into what Coach Watson wants to see.
And Peyton McCollum, who of course is the son of now Drake head coach Ben McCollum, has been just instant impact for the Wolves. And on the other side, for Valley, mismatch for anyone that goes up against him. Trevin Urick, the future UNI Panther, can stretch the floor for a kid who's 6'10", but man, he is just a force in the post.
Yeah, you know, he was a good player the last couple years. I think he's become a great player and kind of the center of their team, no pun intended, that they're really looking for off of this. You know, they have a state champion mentality, and when you got a big guy that you can build around, you're going to see a tough, hard-nosed team, which is B.J. Windhorse to a T.
So it is Valley and Waukee Northwest. Again, only week 2 in the calendar season for boys basketball, but it is certainly going to deliver a fun-filled pack 4 quarters of basketball. The Waukee Northwest girls had a dominant showing in their win over the Valley Tigers. That was the first of 2 top 10 showdowns here in this doubleheader. And so here in just a few seconds, we will turn things down to our public address announcer to meet the starters for both the Valley Tigers and the Waukee Northwest Wolves here from the Wolves Den on the western part of the Des Moines Metro.
Talked about this a little bit before. I think
side, and since that time has guided the Tigers to success across all sports. He's had a positive impact on thousands of athletes and students in the West Des Moines School District and has provided leadership and guidance to his coaching staff. He will be missed in the CIML and across the state. Knowing that he's really never looked all that great wearing orange, we'd like to make a suggestion as to who his new favorite school should be. Congratulations to Brad Rhodes and best of luck in your future endeavors. Well done.
Very classy there by Waukee Northwest, celebrating a longtime AD, Brad Rose, who is going to retire.
All that's good about high school sports, right? You know, yeah, they're here to compete. They're here, but at the end, have a little fun with each other. Because really, at different schools, there are a lot of like-minded people doing these kind of activities.
And so much respect between Mr. Rose and Mr. Dewey as well. So great to see. But now we'll go ahead and meet the starters here for this crosstown showdown. Big-time atmosphere for some pre-holiday hoops. What a gift we have here tonight in the Wolves Den. The Valley Tigers and the Waukee Northwest Wolves. Chris, you've been a part of some really loud environments, raucous environments. This is pretty impressive here in the early part of the season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I was just actually thinking that during the starting lineup, how far high school hoops in Iowa has come, right? You know, in the last 15, 20 years, just with all the presentation. Makes it a lot of fun for the kids, though. Beautiful facilities to go along with it. I mean, first class.
The Wolves Den is packed. Fantastic atmosphere. Glad to have you with us here on the Central Iowa Sports Network, and away we go.
Gregory handled it, even though I believe Northwest won the tip. Rice, I think it was.
Marcus McGregor getting his first start of the season for the Tigers. Kiki Dang coming off a great performance, and Valley's win at Southeast Polk. Splits through the lane and gets the Tigers on the board first. Dang with 25 points and 10 rebounds.
I was also thinking about him. He didn't even make the pregame chat, and he's a pretty fantastic player.
Off target on the three. Fresh shot clock here for the Wolves. Just off is Landon Davis.
Keep an eye on the physicality for these two teams, right?
Out of bounds, Keen Jorgensen. First year as a varsity starter for B.J. Windhorst. The first of many hostile environments that he will have to play in.
Little set piece. Let's see what they're going to...
McCollum trapped it along the baseline. Like a tie-up.
That's what's going to be fun to watch, right? The Valley is going to have a little more physicality in their team, a little more senior dominated. Let's see how long it takes Northwest to adjust to that sort of physicality.
And still with some new pieces that are trying to mesh together. Up top, 3 for Rice. Not there. Another good defensive trip for the Tigers, who work in transition. McGregor. But how about the Wolves with the denial?
You're going to see a lot of length there.
That was Rice there defensively. McCollum 3. Doesn't touch the iron. McGregory on the fast break. And off the toe of the Wolves.
I think little nerves here early.
As a coach, you're expecting that, just having to weather the first maybe 5 minutes or so.
Like we said, both teams have played some good competition early, but this was circled on both their schedules. Everybody knew about this game coming up.
Urick with the catch. Good feed. McGregor for 3. No.
Yep.
Wolves looking to get on the board. Tough drive by Oliver, but the Tigers a little bit tougher on their end. Urick going up, and another swat by the Wolves. Landon Davis with the rejection.
Yeah, the length of the two junior Wolves is really impressive. And you're not going to get anything easy in the lane. You're going to have to go strong tonight. Probably going to have to think about going off 2 feet, I would say.
Davis at 6'8", Rice at 6'7". Marcus McGregor, the 6'3" senior, sets the screen.
Yeah, that's a big screen too, isn't it? Look
at that. Step right off the center of the glass. Jaden Davison, one of the first players that will come off the bench for the Tigers.
Here, Coach Watson yelling, swing it. He wants to get that ball reversed, loosen up that defense a little bit.
McGregory, known as a defensive back for football. He had the active hands there. Dang probing, baseline jumper in and out.
Need to see that ball go through the hoop here. Get out in transition. That'll work.
Slammed home by Colin Rice.
Oop, almost got another there.
Boy, the Wolfpack loving that.
Yeah.
Kiki Dang will reset here to Jaden McGregory, the 6'2" junior. Off the screen. It's double teamed underneath.
You know, Hunter, one thing I always thought as a coach in these high-level games, one thing that really changes for your kids is the physicality. You know, everyone talks about how talented these kids are, but the really elite teams, it's the physicality on defense, and we're seeing that a little bit to start tonight. Just there's no dribble penetration, and you're not getting anything easy.
So here's McGregor. Dang
Oh,
for 3.
I don't think he got it.
And not in time. Just an eyelash too late for Kiki Dang. Waukee Northwest.
You can see both coaches kind of just letting their kids trying to get a feel for the game. They want some ball movement.
And not the ball movement that they want there in the lane. Valley hanging tough defensively here to start.
Great defensively.
Urick, 3. That doesn't go. McCollum, no look in transition. That leads to an easy 2 on the other side for Colin Rice.
I think I saw Coach Watson kind of give the, let's keep going. I think that's going to be your best bet to score right now is get out and go in transition. 5-on-5 basketball is going to be really hard for both these teams tonight.
Going to get a foul here on the other side on Waukee Northwest, who's coming off an 89-55 victory against Urbandale.
We talked about how good these games are early, right? Because little things like that, I guarantee you both these guys in their headers like transition defense. That's probably something we're going to have to spend some time over winter break because, both the hoops early have been off of layups just in transition. 5-on-5, no buckets.
Quite the assignment here for Jaden McGregory to inbound with the student section right there. Going to get a late substitution in here for Waukee Northwest. Isaiah Oliver. They
didn't want to play with 4.
That'd be a little bit of a disadvantage. We did see Peyton McCollum check out. So,
coached against Coach Watson a lot. Coached with him for a year, and I don't think that's a good strategy for him.
Dang short on the 3.
Good box out.
Strong board brought down by Landon Davis.
Yep.
Mac Heitland, excellent football player as well for the Wolves.
Is he their quarterback? Is that right?
That's right. First year of varsity.
Good move.
Bodie Goodman with the touch.
Settling in a little bit. Look at that.
They'll be off of Valley.
Yeah.
Trying to get that on the fast break. Oliver on the pick and roll. He decides to take it, and Urich says not so fast. Hands it off for Keane Jorgensen.
Goodman.
But then it's picked off, and the transition layup there for Goodman.
It's all about transition points right now. It's the difference in the game.
8-0 Waukee Northwest run. Kiki Dang. Nice handoff underneath. Just enough of a hesitation move there by Jaden Davison to draw contact.
It's been a nice spark off the bench for Coach Windhorst.
Davison had 5 points. 5 rebounds against Southeast Polk. And his first free throw is off target. Just the first free throw attempted for Davison this season.
Senior, though, bringing good energy off the bench. Getting a little more opportunity to play with, a couple kids leaving this state championship team and making the most of his minutes so far.
And again for Valley, no Stinson Jr. So they too have had a little bit of a different look, as is the case for each season, but still quality pieces are back. And no Zay Robinson still. Contested, he'll stay here with Waukee Northwest.
Really nice job there by Urich going straight up, right? You can tell. Those are like some of those little jumps you make. He's a senior all of a sudden, and he knows how to play without fouling.
Oliver, Goodman for 3. Knocks it down.
He's off to a good start in the biggest game of the season so far.
Came into the game 3 of 11 from 3. He has scored the last 7 points for Waukee Northwest, who get the steal. Here is Goodman with the finish. Timeout here is going to be called by the Valley Tigers. So 13-5, Waukee Northwest on top of Valley here in the early going on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
One thing I think you're noticing, right now it's about 6-5 in 5-on-5, but 8 transition points for Waukee Northwest is the difference in this game. So their defense leading, because if they go 5-on-5, they're just too big and physical and strong. They're getting out and playing at the speed that Coach Watson wants to, and that's going to really be their advantage. They want to play up in the 60s, where Valley wants to keep it in the high 40s.
So again, Valley scored the first 4 points. It took a little bit of time for the Wolves to again get settled in with the high energy in here, and certainly have done so with plays on both sides, but especially on defense.
Let's see if Coach Windhorst doesn't try to draw something up, maybe to get Dang an open look. Maybe, get Urick going a little bit. Off of the timeout, though, they're going to come out with some good action here and try and get a bucket or maybe get to the free throw line.
So back to work are the Tigers. Here's McGregor. Spins, lost the handle. Oh, the Waukee Northwest is going to be called for a foul here late. I think the Tigers are very fortunate to keep the possession here.
BJ's been doing this for a while. He was working the refs a little bit at the timeout, and I think he might have earned himself one. Good job by him. And they are really pushing, though. Yeah, that's a foul, though. And Coach Watson, good job by him, right? He has his post off the bench coming out and just pushing, being physical, being aggressive. But you gotta give that call because it led to a turnover. But he was pushing him the whole way. Now what Urick's got to be smart of, don't get yourself caught. Ooh, nice cut. He cannot get in foul trouble for Valley, though.
McCollum.
One more.
There goes Heitland. And Urick with the challenge. McGregory brings it up. Euro step. Oh, what a finish.
Nice job by Valley getting out and going a little bit. McGregor gets himself a layup. I just think when you get those opportunities in transition, you got to try and take advantage tonight.
So electric in space is Jaden McGregory, no matter if it's on the football field or on the basketball court.
Power 5 offers, right, in football? Is that correct?
Received one from Georgia.
That's a pretty big Power 5.
And he got the block. Catch on the other end.
Yeah, good hands. Good pass by Urick. Good timeout by BJ Windhorst, right? Got him back into the game. Coach Watson will hold for one here.
McCollum got bumped. Still can't float it in. Whistle underneath with just under 5 seconds to go here in our first quarter.
Austin Pappenberg has really come in and done a nice job against some of these physical. He just drew a foul there on McGregor, and he's been really active since he's gotten in the game.
McCollum finds Goodman. Oh, what nifty footwork by Goodman, who closes off a fantastic first quarter by putting Waukee Northwest up by 6. He had 11 of the 15 points for the Wolves, who lead after 1 here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
The Chevy Red Tag event is going on now here at DeArmond Chevy GMC in Knoxville, Iowa. New Silverado 1500 Crew Cab with 1.9% for 60 months, plus up to $87.50 off MSRP. New Chevy and GMC HDs with 5.9% for 84 months. Get a new 2025 Trailblazer starting at $339 per month. And new Chevy and GMC electric vehicles with special rates. All at DeArmond Chevy GMC in Knoxville, Iowa.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
One quarter is in the books here on this Tuesday night from Waukee Northwest High School. The Wolves on top 15-9 over Valley as we jump into the second quarter. Hunter Phillips and Chris Larson here with you. And so Chris, we saw Valley get off to a good start, but then you saw Waukee Northwest go on an 8-10-0 run. The big takeaways you saw there in the opening 8 minutes.
Transition, right? You got to get out and go. That's where the buckets are going to be found because both teams are really good in their half-court defense because they're really big and long. Right there.
Another swat by Waukee Northwest. Oliver in transition. McCollum 3.
Really nice extra pass there.
Landon Davis opted to give it to McCollum, who has certainly had the hot hand here to start the season. Urich trying to back down Davis, and he does so.
Soft touch. Little difference between a senior body and a junior body right there.
Up a high screen. Good pick and roll, and Urich couldn't quite hold himself from elevating there against Davis.
Yeah, really nice job. Really nice little pocket pass there. I think it was by McCollum. He's done a nice job. Hasn't hit his shots yet, but you can see he's a coach's son. He does a really good job of getting his feet, playing off 2 feet, and setting up some of his teammates.
Well, speaking of coach's son, Ben McCollum, a few of the Drake Bulldogs are here in attendance tonight. Goodman looking for a foul. Oh, kept alive by Rice. It's going to stay here with Waukee Northwest.
Eric's got to be careful here. I think he just picked up that one. They really need him on the floor. Good look.
Oliver 3. It's going to go the other way. The threes have been hard to come by for both sides.
I think one thing that you're going to see as the night goes along, too, the depth right now for Northwest is going to be evident. Valley's only 6 into their bench. Obviously, Zay Robinson out for the time being. He'll be a big addition when they get him back, but they aren't going to go much deeper than 6, and that will play an effect as the game goes along.
So who has a little extra left in the tank? Gregory 3. Nails it.
You know what's funny? You talk about multi-sport athletes, right? He's playing with a lot of confidence, and I'm sure a lot of that carried over from the football field.
Just a few weeks removed from playing at the Unidome in the state championship game. Oh, Goodman. How do you do? Drop that one down off the spin. He's got 13 points.
We could do without the chatter back at the bench there. Like, he's playing great. Just let your play speak for you.
Not there for Kiki Dang. Waukee Northwest with some options.
Good hustle.
How about Davison off the bench? Dang slams it home.
Up and down they go. Starting to let her loose. Everyone's relaxing a little bit. Now we're playing basketball.
Now it's the Valley student section.
Oh, that's a foul.
Going to say it was last off of the junior Colin Rice.
Talked about this officiating crew, state tournament crew. They work a lot of state tournament games. They're from Council Bluffs, the western side of the state, and I like it. They're letting them play. You know, these are good, physical, athletic kids. Make them play through contact. We don't want to see kids in foul trouble. I say that when I'm sitting up here. It's a lot easier than when
sure
I was down there coaching.
Certainly a different vantage point for sure and perspective. Here we're going to get a foul on Oliver. He's trying to work around that screen that was set. That is the second team
basketball
foul.
Season, Hunter. This is what we do.
That's right. That's 2 team fouls on the Wolves here in this second quarter.
Get in a packed gym, yell at each other. This is the good life.
Boy, we're not even midway through the second quarter and still have another half to play. Just love being back in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
McGregory.
Yeah, that's a silly one by Goodman. We talked about him a little bit, coming from Southeast Polk, and one thing, he's a super talented player, but this kind of a game and an atmosphere is really good for him right now, right? Right there, that's one, you can't have a giveaway foul like that. We kind of talked about it. He was kind of chirping with a couple people. Let your game do the talking. There's going to be a lot of emotional moments. This is really good for him to get into this flow. It's already 4 team fouls there.
That is on Pappenberg. Happenberg, coming off the bench, has held the majority of the duty against Trevin Urick. So we'll see how aggressive Waukee Northwest remains here. And one more foul put Valley in the bonus for the remainder of the half. Gregory with 7 points. Urick from the elbow.
Easy, easy.
Oliver on the fast break.
Good run. There you go.
How about Goodman? It just
good effort, though.
Crawled off the iron and going to get a held ball possession arrow.
Yeah.
Will go to the Tigers.
I like this. Really, really nice piece of officiating. We kind of just talked about it, right? I noticed it, and I really like he's just slowing him down a little bit. Didn't get quick with a trigger on a technical and embarrass him. I really like that piece of officiating. That's a great job. I think there might be a little confusion on the alternate possession arrow.
Yeah, because right now Waukee Northwest is.
Hunter, I can't get over that, though. Like, such a good piece of officiating right there. And I just wish more high school refs would. These kids are learning, too, right? And this is early in the season, but such a nice job instead of being reactionary. And he would have been justified to do it, but just a really excellent job.
A hot potato there with the ball with Colin Rice.
Yeah, it's kind of snuck through his hands.
Dang. Up and under, you bet.
They have a heart of a champion, don't they?
Valley back in front by one. Timeout on the floor called by Waukee Northwest. And we will take one with them. 4.5 to play in the first half. We got a good one here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you have an old inefficient wood fireplace, we need to talk. Heat & Glow has some great retrofit inserts to convert that old drafty wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace. A Heat & Glow gas insert will give you high efficiency, it will give you ease of operations, and it will give you enough warmth to take the edge off a cold winter's night. For the best in gas inserts, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
Timeout on the floor called by Waukee Northwest, who has been outscored 9-2 here in the midway point of the second quarter. So Coach Watson wanting to talk things over with his guys.
Really good use of the timeout. One of the best offensive minds I've ever been around. You watch. He'll come out and he'll get a really good look out of this timeout. High screen and roll.
McCollum waiting for the opportunity. Deep three near side. Still cold from the outside.
Wasn't happy with the execution of that. They had a couple people out of place that kind of got in the way, and not exactly. I saw a little frustration from Coach Watson on that.
Urick initiates and finds Dang. Count it. And one. Kiki Dang getting the finish with the foul. But how about Urick with the vision at the top of the backcourt?
Yeah, really outstanding, right? The spacing's really good for Valley. I will tell you, though, the difference in this second quarter is the half-court defense, right? Northwest's half-court defense was spotless in the first quarter. They've been a little looser here in the second quarter, and Valley's been taking advantage of it.
Just been a tale of two different quarters here to start. Tigers with a 4-point lead, tied for their largest lead here in the early going. McCollum finds Rice. Goodman three. No. McCollum couldn't quite get his hands on it. Another stop by Valley. Kiki Dang.
Good deep.
Didn't go with the reversal.
No. Got in the air and knew he kind of. Man, Colin Rice has had trouble handling a couple passes.
It's twice now. He's just coughed it up inadvertently. Gregory off the high screen. Went too far underneath the basket. Goodman on the other end.
There's
plays
a good
it
take. Good take. I like it too. Like, got a little different look in his eye right there after that bucket, right? So He's back on track.
He's got 15 of Waukee Northwest's 19 points. Davison goes to Urick, who has 2 points.
Did Davis get his second foul that I missed there? I think we've seen him on the bench here a little bit, and I think he might have got his second. There was that run of about 3 fouls in a row, and that's a big loss for Northwest out there.
How about Urick staying with it? Getting the mid-range. Oliver driving in.
Good take.
He uses the glass to get the follow.
Big strong move, left-handed finish by the lefty.
First points tonight.
Coach Watson starting to working out a little bit. He's like, hey, we take a couple and ones.
So a full timeout is going to be called here by the Valley Tigers. We'll step aside as well. Valley up by 2 here late in the first half on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you have an old inefficient wood fireplace, we need to talk. Heat & Glow has some great retrofit inserts to convert that old drafty wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace. A Heat & Glow gas insert will give you high efficiency, it will give you ease of operations, and it will give you enough warmth to take the edge off a cold winter's night. For the best in gas inserts, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
Timeout by Valley. It leads by 2. And the Tiger student section traveling very nicely here to the Wolves' Den, cheering on their fellow classmates.
Packed house. We got some celebrities in the house. It's a fun night. You don't always get this before Christmas in Iowa in basketball. You know what I mean? I feel like some of these, but when you get a big matchup like this, it's kind of fun to see the gym full before the winter break.
Yeah, a couple presents here early.
Right? Merry Christmas to us.
Urick double team, McGregory 3. That's short. McGregor couldn't quite get
Good
the
rebound.
rebound.
By Rice.
Goodman brings it up. Free ball, Heitland nails it.
Great. Kind of ebb and flow a little bit in this one, isn't it? It's nice. It's kind of going back and forth a little bit. Shows you have 2 really good teams, right? They can not only give a punch, but take one as well.
It's been back and forth, what we expected. Dang gives it up to Urick. He just plows his way through and draws a foul. And Valley is in the bonus for the remainder of the second quarter.
That's one that Coach Watson's going to clip tonight and talk to his guys about tomorrow, because that's a charge opportunity, right? And they step and take a charge, and you give Urick his second foul. Instead, you kind of shy away. You get the block call, and it's a totally different ball game. So when we talk about those learning points, that's the kind of stuff these coaches are going to be looking for.
Hard to believe that this is Trevin Urick's first trip to the line this year.
Really? That is hard to believe.
He makes both.
New age basketball.
So multiple lead changes and ties here in the first half. See what the Wolves do. This trip down the floor. Oliver, he got knocked out of the way by McGregor.
Oliver's really a perfect complement to some of their big guys, and then their 2 guards. Just really a good slashing left-handed wing, so strong.
Heitland.
2 in a row? Nope.
That inbounds pass was right there in the shooting pocket.
And McGregor's a big, strong kid, isn't he?
Set screens, battles for rebounds. Dang. Going up and is fouled. Kiki Dang, one of those seniors that kind of gets overshadowed, but boy, what a difference he has made here in the first 2.5 games for the Tigers. As he hits the first. 18.5 points a game to go with 8.5 rebounds. Also 2.5 assists per game.
2 on Oliver as well. I could be wrong on this, but I believe he's the son of Dean Oliver. Am I correct? You know?
You know, that might be something we have to...
Dean moved here for the new AAU program, I believe, and I think that is his son. I should have been in on that. There's too many. There was too many things to research. We got transfers. We got returners.
Have to get in touch with our research department.
There we go.
Rice.
He looks like him. Oh,
how about Urich stepping out? Goes the other way and throws it down.
UNI coaching staff is in the house tonight, and you know they like seeing that from the big 6'10" Urich.
That would have been a big three if Heitland could connect. Still a chance here for Valley. Dang, at the horn. Almost got it in. And so the Valley Tigers will take the 5-point lead into the locker room as we have reached the intermission here at Waukee Northwest High School. We'll step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll have a halftime report for you on the other side here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We are at halftime at Waukee Northwest High School. After a fun first half, it is Valley on top of Waukee Northwest, 29-24. Hunter Phillips and Chris Larson back here with you. And so, Chris, we saw really both teams, like you said earlier in the second quarter, just throw their punches, but then the other team was able to respond. But Valley with a little bit of more momentum going into the half, up by 5.
Yeah, you know, I will tell you, over all the years, like you always come up against a team that is your likeness, right? And that's kind of what both these teams have come up against tonight. And what's going to make them so much better is I think both of them are going to realize, like, man, we got to be so good defensively to win big games because offense is going to get hard. And you kind of saw that in the second quarter. it was Valley, getting loosened up on the offensive end because Northwest, I would say their attention to detail on defense got a little soft. Let's see what kind of adjustments they make at halftime.
So after the first quarter, Waukee Northwest led 15-9, but then you look at Valley outscoring the Wolves 20-14 there in that second quarter. And so Trevin Urick obviously saw some great moments from him, as was the case with Jaden McGregory. But Bodie Goodman, as advertised, it's just a matter of trying to get some of the other pieces involved on the side for Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, I would say right now it's going to be really fun to watch these teams at the end of the year because Valley looked a little bit more like a team that knows each other, whereas Northwest looked like a team with a lot of talent that's still trying to figure each other out.
Maybe some indecisiveness a little bit. Again, that's going to continue to work itself out throughout the course of the year. And for Valley, again, they've been through these wars before, so it's really nothing new for them. But it is Valley on top by 5 here at half at Waukee Northwest High School. We'll step aside for another break, and when we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half, which will be here in just a few minutes on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Save big this month on all new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams at DeArmond CDJR Ames. New Jeep Wagoneers with up to $13,000 off MSRP. Or get up to $16,000 off MSRP if you currently own a Ford. Brand new 2024 Ram 2500 Crew Cab 4x4 starting at only $42,990. And over 20% off on new Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4s. That's right, over 20% off. Save big here at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
At the half here in Waukee, the visitors from Valley High School on top 29-24. We're just a few minutes away from the second half getting underway. Did want to give a shout out to our crew here tonight, delivering the sights and sounds for you. Aaron Bandy as well as Caleb Neese on camera. Randy Nielsen, he's been giving you those great shots courtside. Then our producer, Rachel Hawley. It's been a fun night. All got started with a top 10 girls showdown in which Waukee Northwest, I think, has certainly put a lot of teams on notice. A pretty convincing win over the Valley girls basketball team. And so as we see both of these teams make their way back out here on the floor, Chris, what do you think the message is? We'll start with Valley, where it took them a little bit of time to get settled in, and once they did, especially in that second quarter, that's where they played some of their best basketball. But Waukee Northwest knows that, hey, we've got the depth and pieces that down the stretch can be the difference between getting this early season victory or not.
Yeah, so I think if you're in the Valley locker room, they probably don't have to even do a lot of coaching. They're just talking because they know each other so well, right? In a lot of these cases. And one of the things that I think you're going to see them do early is go to Urick early and often, see if they can't really get back into that bonus early. So I think pounding that ball inside and watch Dang and McGregory really attack. On the flip side of it, you saw Coach Watson really frustrated on the defensive end of the floor, and that was something I'm sure he had talks with his guys about. They got to get some help side defense. They had a couple opportunities for charges. That's going to be the difference. It loosened up in the 5-on-5 for Valley, and that's how they were able to extend on their lead.
So we'll see how it all plays out adjustment-wise here in this early showdown between two of the very best that the state has to offer. And like we also highlighted, it's really a who's who here in Waukee. We saw the head coach for the UNI men's basketball team, Ben Jacobson, in attendance. Of course, has his eyes on a few players. Ben McCollum, the head coach at Drake, in attendance. And it's amazing to see all these coaches congregating here to the Des Moines Metro because of all the talent here.
It's kind of ironic when Dean Oliver's son, Dean, longtime assistant coach at Wisconsin and Iowa legend, right, both at college and as a high school player, comes back to the state, and his son kind of fell under the radar on us somehow until all of a sudden it dawned on me. Thankfully, we got some people in Indianola.
Yes.
Mrs. Berg gave you a text, and Coach Eves is like, hey, get with it. We do have a good contingency helping us out, though, tonight.
Well, that is the research committee that we were wanting. So
check is in the mail.
That's right. With the address down to the great community of Indianola.
Right. But really, getting back to it, just such high-level basketball. You know, one thing I am excited to see from the Northwest perspective, their two bigs are really good players, really good juniors. I would say that the physical seniors got the best of them in the first half. Let's see if they don't adjust a little bit, calm themselves down, see if they can't get some easy buckets by slashing and using their quickness and agility. It's been a fun battle to watch, though.
Colin Rice and Landon Davis tried to get going in different parts in the first half, did not have much success, but they certainly can make things happen in a hurry. We saw Austin Pappenberg play some really good minutes off the bench.
Yeah, combined 4 points for those two big guys for Northwest, and I know that's going to be a point of emphasis for Coach Watson to get them going. Let's see it, Coach Windor is going to try and come out and run a good set here early, and let's see if Northwest doesn't tight up their half-court defense a little bit to start this second half.
Shades of a future postseason battle with us here in early December in Waukee as we are back underway. Kiki Dang, McGregor corner three.
Yeah, there you go, right? There's that physicality right there. There's a good rebound.
That was Landon Davis, who's already gotten an offer from Drake. Colin Rice, he has an offer from Drake, as with UNI in St. Louis.
Oh, there he is. Oh, had a look.
Normally Goodman is just quick to be able to let that one fly. Oliver along the baseline. McCollum three. Still have not been able to get those shots to fall. Just know it's only a matter of time, but McCollum has yet to make a three here tonight.
Yeah, and you can see they're kind of laying off there and then clogging up that paint. They're going to dare McGregor to beat him right now. Good pass.
How about the length of Kiki Dang knocking it free, and Milwaukee Northwest is a little fortunate as that looked like a foul committed on that jump shot by Trevin Urick.
Somebody's got to make a shot for Northwest right now. Oh, there you go.
Sometimes it's the easy plays that can get somebody going, like Peyton McCollum.
Well, my good buddy, Coach Andy Howard, longtime Des Moines East coach and coached with me at Norwalk, has coached Matt Carter on the Valley bench, and that's his old staple. Just put a guy right by the hoop and mess around and toss it to him. Coach Watson also coached with us, so he's probably having a chuckle right there.
Caught the Tigers sleeping there for a rare moment. McGregory with time winding down on the shot clock, going right up and gets the lay-in.
So impressed with him tonight. He just really slashing. Looks a little bit stronger than everybody else on the court right now.
Gregory with 9 points for the Tigers. Ball hits the deck. Got to stay here on the Waukee Northwest side.
It's the physical nature right now, isn't it? And we talk about this, and it's hard when you're going through it, but, man, this is such a good game for both these teams. Obviously, Valley, just for remembering they are champions, and Northwest, I think, is learning a lot about themselves as well.
McCollum's floater not there, and get some contact afterward. You got the sense of some frustration there being let out by Peyton McCollum. Second personal foul on McCollum.
You know, obviously moving in from out of state, I don't know the exact level of, I think his school was maybe a little bit smaller, so he might take a little bit of adjustment to this physical nature against a championship level Valley team.
His dad was the head coach at Northwest Missouri State, dominant tenure at the Division II level. And now moving here to Des Moines for his senior year of prep basketball. Davison has seen more playing time.
Yeah. I didn't catch. Did he get the start in the second half?
He did, as McGregory has to go up and just get right through the Wolves' defense with another floater deep in the shot clock.
That's part of what me and yours talked before the game, wasn't it? You're like, you really like the way he's been playing, and there you go. There you go.
So Landon Davis, the 6'8 junior, gets the reverse layup.
Nice little pocket pass there.
First field goal on the night for the highly touted junior.
I think this end of the court.
And how about the play here from Marcus McGregor? Got his first start of the season, and he said, finally, I got one to fall. Foul here on the other side, called against the Tigers. That'll be their first team foul here in the third quarter.
You know, that's some of the learning things, too. They're trying to execute a defensive game plan, but I saw Coach Watson say he's still got to get a hand up, right? You know? There you go.
Colin Rice splashes down his first triple of the night, and once Waukee Northwest can get guys like Rice and Davis going, look out.
There he goes again.
Rice with the steal, slams it home the other way.
See that ball go through the hoop once, you play with a little more energy on the defensive end, you get the crowd going. See, the crowd's not quite in mid-season form yet either. This is when you got to hear a little bit more out of this crowd.
Now we're hearing the Wolfpack get back into it. McGregory started with the crossover, blocked out of bounds.
He has been so impressive tonight. They get Zay Robinson back, and that's going to be one dynamic backcourt.
McGregor, open three, puts it in. McGregor 2 for 2 here in the second half. He'd only attempted 1-3 before.
Well, they're laying off, but
McCollum.
Good box out by Urich.
Tigers slow things down here with Kiki Dang. He's got 11 points. He and Marcus.
You just see the
Jay
movement.
McGregor each with
high-low,
11.
high-low. Man, they had it. Coach Windhorst, I saw him trying to slow things down.
Aaron pass by McGregor. He's been safe with the ball for the most part. How about the alley-oop on the other end?
Timeout for Valley.
So a timeout by the Tigers. Peyton McCollum, Lob City to Landon Davis. And it's a 4-point ball game. And we will keep it here as it's a 30-second timeout. But, boy, just the plays from both sides. The runs from Valley, the runs from Waukee Northwest. This is why so many people were hyped for this game.
Well, and what's going to be really fun is they're going to play each other again after Christmas. They're probably going to play each other a third time somewhere along that state tournament trail. And watching the growth that you're going to see, because there are tremendous basketball players out here. You can see them starting to play basketball, right? And that's a part of the learning and the growing process. Fun to see them get out and transition a little bit. Now you watch here, though, Valley, championship tested. They're going to come out and run some really good offense right here. Great timeout. Coach Windhorst not going to let the crowd get into it. The one response you want to see from Northwest, though, is can they tighten up their defense in one of these possessions, right?
Try to get a string of stops. Valley led at halftime by 5. They have the lead and the ball. Trevin Urick with
two-man game over there.
6 points tonight. Jorgensen, McGregory, Davison open underneath, but getting a piece of it. There was Davis.
Valley's gone back to that smaller lineup with McGregor on the bench.
McCollum.
Yeah, good job. I think you're going to see him grow by leaps and bounds as the season goes along as well. You can see so fundamentally sound. He got himself in there, playing off 2 feet, used a couple pump fakes. He was patient. There's a little saying called huppy, and it looks like his dad has talked to him about that because he did not panic and earned the foul. Really good basketball.
McCollum had 18 points, tied with Bodie Goodman there in that last game for the Wolves against Urbandale.
Be interesting. He got to the foul line, got to see that ball go through the hoop a couple times. Let's see if that doesn't get him going.
2-point lead for Valley, but Waukee Northwest storming back. McGregory. Davison 3.
Nope.
Urick.
Good hustle.
Threw it off of Davis.
Really nice athletic play by Urick. I mean, his athleticism has grown so much, I would say.
15 seconds around the shot clock here for the Tigers. Urick challenging Rice, going up and gets the bucket with the foul.
It's a strong senior move, right? He's got a big old posterior, and he just kind of used it to back his way down. And then he has a beautiful soft touch on his shot.
Just when you need to kind of stem things, that's when you turn to your senior.
Yep.
And there's a 3-point play for Urick. The third Tiger in double figures. Their lead is 5. Landon Davis goes to Bodie Goodman.
Goodman's been a little quiet here this half.
Would have made a lot of noise there with that
Yep.
3. 15 points in the first half. McGregory, no look, dials up a 3 and knocks it down. So just when Waukee Northwest was building something, the Tigers come right back. McGregory with a big night, and a timeout's called by Waukee Northwest. We'll take one as well here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
(45-37). Valley on top of Waukee Northwest. This is the largest lead for Valley here tonight. And Chris, this is just where the experience kicks in when you look at this Valley team. Obviously the championship pedigree, but how about Urick going in, getting the hoop with the harm, and then Jaden McGregory there with that transition 3.
Yeah, they're, like I said, they're just playing a little bit more like a seasoned team right now. They can get 6 points in a row in a hurry, right? You know, they cut it back to 2 and one bad possession, a couple breakdowns defensively, you know, and there you go.
Up and under, not there for Isaiah Oliver. One and done trip for the Wolves.
Yeah, he had a good look at the left-hand side, tried to dip it underneath and shied away. I would have liked to see him go through the contact there.
Urich.
Like that.
He has not been afraid when matching up against Colin Rice, and Rice is trying to hold his own there in those situations. McCollum, almost a double dribble. Rice 3. Oliver chases it down. High off the window, not there. Davis vying for it. We'll keep it on that end of the floor for the Wolves.
I think Coach Windhorst has to be incredibly happy with his role players tonight as well. Just the hustle and the defense that they've shown has been outstanding.
BJ Windhorst is in his 11th season and is nearing 200 wins at Valley. Oliver splashes it down near side.
Good kick there. Find the open shooter. Okay, cut it to 7. Coach Windhorst going to do a good job. Make sure to hold for that last shot. I believe Valley has the possession, so they can double dip right here.
McGregory.
Not really much hurt. They got a couple fouls to give. If he wants to, he could use one more.
Third of the quarter. Kiki Dang to inbound. He's got 11. McGregory. 3. You bet!
Wow.
Jaden McGregory, right on the eve of the buzzer, puts the Tigers up going into the fourth quarter by 7. Don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter coming up next on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
10-point lead for the Tigers as we go into our fourth and final quarter here at Waukee Northwest High School.
Little two great coaches tonight, right? But what great game management. You get that 3 at the end of the third. Now you get this first possession. They're going to run their little high-low with Urich. These are game changers right here. Oh, he traveled.
McGregory.
I don't know, fellas. I think it's a travel.
Didn't think that he walked with the basketball, but
I think it was. I know everyone talks about those Euro steps now, but it looks like a travel. It's a travel.
17 points for McGregory. He had 10 there in that third quarter. Bodie Goodman trying to will the Wolves back here. Had a big first half, but relatively quiet in the third quarter. That foul was on Marcus McGregor. That was his 4th, so one more and he is done.
Look at that. Good D.
How about McGregor still?
Yeah. He's played really well for him. You know, he's a big, strong guy, but he's more athletic than you think, and he's done a really nice job tonight.
Again, listed at 6'3", but it just feels like he plays much bigger than that.
He's a strong kid, that's for sure.
Showing off the versatility tonight, but he will be out, and Keen Jorgensen is back in.
You can see tempo.
Goodman in transition. Going up, and the door slammed shut by Trevin Urich.
Got to get Goodman going here, right? I like that he aggressively took it to him. Got to find ways to get him back involved offensively.
Oliver, 3-ball. Front iron. Strong hands by Pappenberg.
Yeah, he's given some good minutes off the bench as well. Been really physical.
That foul on Kiki Deng, that's just his first foul of the game.
Let's give Kiki Deng some credit too, though. He's a big reason why Goodman's gotten slowed down. He's a good offensive player, but there it is right there, a steal on the defensive end.
Going right up, and was fouled before he could get a shot up. Just think how dynamic the backcourt will be. I mean, obviously, when they bring in, say, Robinson, but Kiki Deng and Jaden McGregory.
It really, this has reminded everybody. You know, it's kind of like boxing when you have a champion and the challenger coming up. Everyone kind of is like, oh, look at what they can do. And then the champion, sometimes they're a very senior-laden team. And I think tonight was a little bit, thus far, about them saying, hey, we're still pretty good, everybody.
McGregory up and under. Didn't get the roll. By the way, that foul on Oliver was his fourth.
Okay.
So he is checked out. And Mac Heitland is back in. Peyton McCollum trying to get him going as well. Loose with the handle. Be Tiger basketball.
I'd say the biggest difference right now in December is the physicality between the two teams, right? And that's something that these younger kids are going to grow into. And when you don't have quite the same team chemistry, some of that stuff kind of rises up a little bit. Like we said, it's just going to be fun to watch both these teams grow. There's no doubt they're both two of the top 3 or 4 teams in the state.
Urich couldn't get that one to go. Here's McCollum in transition. He's got 4 points tonight.
Good pass.
Davis, good ball movement. Connects with Rice.
One of the first times you've kind of seen multiple guys involved with a good play for them, right? 3 different people touch the ball, a good cut, 2 good passes. You know Valley's going to try and control tempo here down the stretch. It'll be interesting to see if they can get good shots at the end of it. That's a good shot.
Kiki Deng just takes it right to the rack and gets another 2.
At this point, just things look a little easier for Valley, don't they? Everything looks a little easier.
Goodman kept it alive. Here's Davis. Rice loose with it underneath. Ball went out of bounds, and we'll see who it's last off of or what we got here underneath. So looking to try to clear things up here with our veteran crew tonight.
Looks like Valley got a timeout. I'm not sure anyone had the possession, but
I think it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it here. But nothing has been easy for the 2 talented forwards of Rice and Davis for Waukee Northwest, and they're going to continue to get better, but just some indecisiveness, that extra pass, and Trevin Urich's played a lot of basketball and was really the one that got that all started.
It's interesting, and I think I see in the huddle over there, one thing Coach Watson, I think, just said is take it at him, and, just a slight bit of intimidation, right? And one thing that's always interesting to me, these kids play so much AAU now, and when you're playing on your grade level AAU with the talented, there's just something different when you get into the varsity level and you're playing kids a year older than you in this case. You know, Urich looks a little bit more like a senior than the Northwest juniors, which I guess is because they are.
Just a contrast from the girls' game here earlier.
True.
Where both sides were relatively young, especially Waukee Northwest, but more veterans here, including number 2, Kiki Deng.
You know, it's interesting you say that, though, Hunter, because we come back here in a couple years and watch that Northwest girls team. And that's what Johnston girls are going to look like right now. You know what I mean? And so talent is talent, but still the age level is really an interesting thing.
Excellent fourth quarter from Kiki Dang. 16 points for him. Valley with their largest lead here is McCollum. Maybe too many moves underneath, and Urich.
He's going to learn a lot from this game. You can see what a good player he is and how good he is at facilitating their offense. It's just going to be a matter of learning a little bit. They're all, both teams are going to be better for it. It's just maybe Northwest has a little bit more growth to need to take place.
Working in the low post was Colin Rice. That'll be the third team foul on Valley here in this fourth and final quarter. Valley will play at Dowling Catholic on Friday, while Waukee Northwest travels to face Johnston later on in the week.
And it doesn't get any easier, right?
Just another night in the CIML.
These are the two top teams, but you're going to have to bring it every night. But it's a good bar to know where you got to get to.
Urich just swallows it up.
Look at Valley season. They understand where this time and situation is.
Yeah, wanted to go on the fast break, but settle in.
A lot of high pick and roll there. Get good shots.
McGregor, he had 2 threes in the third quarter, playing with 4 fouls, but just wisely just extending this possession out until the winning seconds in the shot clock. Oh, McGregory, dazzling tonight.
He's been really good. He's just been really good, and we talked about it. He has a great football season, is going to go play Power 5 football somewhere. But what's fun is the confidence has grown onto the basketball court as well.
Well, if Kirby Smart down in Athens, Georgia, catches an eye on your athleticism, he must be pretty good.
You think he knows a thing or two about athleticism? I think you're right.
McCollum, double team. How about McGregor with the active hands?
On the floor.
Just really nimble there when going out and guarding Rice. We're going to get a timeout here by Waukee Northwest with less than 4 to play. Will be a full timeout. Tigers up by 15 here late in the fourth on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
57-42. Valley flexing here late in this one when it was really back and forth in the first half. The Tigers were up by 5 going into the locker room, and we saw some good things from both sides in the third quarter, but Valley, just the veteran team, you see it here in this final 8 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't so much the depth that we talked about could maybe have an impact on the stretch. It was the senior-laden strength that maybe kind of pounded on Northwest. But again, we've talked about this. This game is going to help both teams, and they'll both look entirely different. You talked about it, and you do this long enough, you have these games. And what I find it fascinating about basketball season is you'll have a game like this, and you don't know.
Davison.
Northwest might come back and beat them when they go to Valley. That's just how basketball works.
McCollum. Davis. Another good post play defensively made by the Tigers, but these two teams are good as it is right now, but just a couple months from now, it's going to be fun to see the journeys from here on out, because you know that Peyton McCollum's going to get it going, shooting the basketball. Davis and Rice are going to have those complementary games.
I I will tell you, as a coach, my favorite thing was when we lost. Because when you lose, everything gets tougher, and you get tougher as a coach. Your players are going to get tougher. Practices are going to get tougher. I guarantee you they are going to galvanize this Northwest team. A little embarrassing here, right? They came out and, they felt like, hey, we have the better team this year. They will be stronger because of it.
Well, and at the end of the day, if you're the one cutting down the nets at Wells Fargo Arena, don't even remember how this one played out in early December, but certainly from the coaching perspective, it was, that night, that Tuesday night in early December, where that was really the wake-up, and that's where our team had that drive.
And on the flip side of it, Valley's been through this, right? This is their third year as a majority of this group. It's their third year going through moments like this, and that's what happens. You get calloused, you get tougher. Look where they were 2 years ago when they were younger, and they kind of snuck state tournament. No one was really talking about them. They come out and win it. Then they repeat last year. Good for Goodman. Good for Goodman.
Bodie Goodman, first points here in the second half.
He needed to see one go through the hoop there.
Well, he was just simply rolling in the first quarter. He's got 17 points to lead all scorers for Waukee Northwest. Valley, on the other hand, led by Jaden McGregory's 19 points, but you sprinkle in 13 points from Trevin Urich. Most likely has a double-double tonight, and then 16 points from that young man right there, Kiki Dang.
I like this right there, though. I think if you're Coach Watson, you like to see it. You don't give an inch, right? This is the battle, but there's going to be a war that goes on this year between these two programs, and You're going to play every possession out tough as the night goes on.
2.5 to play. That'll put Valley in the bonus. Coach Watson wasn't necessarily agreeing with that call. So McCollum, his night is done. But know that he's only going to continue to get better here for the Wolves as Kiki Dang adds to an already impressive night, an impressive start to his senior season.
Well, I'm telling you, these Valley Tigers are not going to go down quietly this year, and there's a lot of pride in that program, a lot of toughness in that program, led by Coach Windhorst, and they're going to be a really tough out.
How about this? Urich up ahead to Kiki Dang. Highlight reel stuff, starting from defense, creating offense. Another big-time bucket for the Tigers tonight. And now Waukee Northwest is going to be in the bonus here for the remainder of this one.
Kind of interesting, you know this one means a lot to Valley, though. You lose Stinson. Robinson's not playing. They kind of have flown, I'd say, as much as you can for a two-time defending champ. They flew on under the radar to start this season. And I think tonight was their statement of, hey, we're still the team to beat. I think the paper and some of the things like, who's the team to beat? I think they came out with an exclamation point telling everyone they're the team to beat.
Until proven otherwise.
Right? It's kind of like the Chiefs.
That's right. Marcus McGregor, by the way, fouling out, but had 6 points. That came in the third quarter, and Coach Windhorst, he just loved the effort that he saw from his senior on both ends.
Impact in the game in a lot of areas, right? Setting good screens, rebounding, obviously hit those shots.
McGregory had his flashes tonight when needed. Just complimentary team basketball by the Tigers, who are going to go here with Davison. Urich three. Not there, and Goodman comes up with the rebound. Final 90 seconds here in Waukee. Oliver still showing that toughness. He'll go to the line.
Well, and you got three new players to this program at Northwest to combine with a really good junior class that they've been touting for a while. But this is also going to be a little bit of a humbling moment for some of these new kids. coming from different states and different teams, it's a good reminder that Valley's not rolling over for anybody, nor will anybody else. But I think, it's a message taken, and they'll get better because of it individually and collectively.
That's what it's all about, these early season matchups.
I do like the way they're still competing down the stretch here, though. Additionally, I like how Coach Windhorst is really executing, a game plan down the stretch here. This is going to make you better as the season goes along.
Deng was looking to back off Matt Keitlin. Urick.
There you go.
Here's a 3-ball in the corner.
That's great execution, right? Shot clock down under 5. They execute, get the open look.
Good for Keen Jorgensen as Davis gets the layup underneath. He has 6 points tonight, but for Jorgensen, didn't make a 3 in their last contest against Southeast Polk, but he can certainly light it up. One of the very few underclassmen that are on this Valley roster.
Well, and I want to give a bit of an extra asterisk to Davison, the senior, who, he's a kid who's probably just been working hard. I didn't know him before tonight, but I was really impressed with all the little things he came. When Valley was struggling early, he got a couple buckets for him, and I just think defensively and kind of doing some of those blue-collar things, he's played winning basketball tonight.
Deng had 25 points against Southeast Polk. He's got 22 tonight. Goodman knocks it in, and Davison's another one of those guys who also start on the football field. There in that defensive backfield with Jaden McGregory.
It carries over, though, right?
It certainly has. And for the 2-time defending state champs, they're going to remain, until proven otherwise, the team to beat here early on in the state of Iowa. The Valley Tigers roar on the road as they topple Waukee Northwest 66-54. Our final score here from Waukee Northwest High School. The Wolves drop to 2-1 here on the early season, while the Tigers vault to 3-0 on the early season. So before we sign off here, Chris, your main takeaways from just a fun night of hoops.
Yeah, well, first of all, if we go back to the girls' game, just some really great young talent, and this Northwest girls program is going to be very, very fun to watch. And then I will tell you, I think these are, if not the 2 best teams, 2 of the top 3 or 4 teams in the state. I think they're going to both be there in the end. They're very well coached. Northwest is going to learn from this. And again, I just thought it looked a little bit like Valley is championship calloused. And they've been there before. They're a little further along at this point in the season. It might carry them all the way because they're a wonderful team and a wonderful program. I think Coach Watson as well, though, it learned a lot, and it's going to be fun to watch this all season.
So an early look at what's to come for some exciting basketball that's going to be coming your way here on CISN in the weeks and months to come. But that'll do it for us here on this Tuesday night. On behalf of our crew, Rachel Hawley, our producer, for my broadcast partner, Chris Larson, I'm Hunter Phillips, signing off from Waukee Northwest High School, and you've been watching Iowa High School basketball on the Central Iowa Sports Network.